Hey everyone, welcome back. I am going to be doing this month's prompt, which is floral stamping. I'm going to be doing on something a little bit different. I have been working on a weekly page for every week of the year in a Stop the Blur 9 by 7.5 inch album. These you can find these on the Heidi Swap page, or sometimes some of her older Stop the Blur kind of little albums are available. It's kind of traveler notebook consistency, so it's just kind of blank pages. And we went to the Memorial Day parade actually today, and I want to have that as my weekly layout for May. So I'm going to be doing that for the last week of May. And I thought the idea was floral stamps and poppies. For those of you that don't know, there's a poem called Flanders Field. It talks about red poppies on gravestones. And it's really interesting. But that's why poppies are kind of the memory flower, the remembrance flower of Memorial Day or Remembrance Day, wherever you are in the world. And I wanted to put red poppies all over. So I have this old stamp kit, but I think it's close to my heart. And these just looked like red poppies. Now, my candy apple ink here, it just didn't want to work. And I gave it the best try. I moved the stamp around and I got some pretty solid reds. Other ones were kind of lighter reds, but at this point I decided one of the big problems is I'm stamping right on the journal, so I don't really have a lot of options. I'm going to stamp on it and I'm going to make it work. So I'm doing two layer stamping here. So I've got the background in red and the top in black. I do love how a lot of the Close to My Heart or the Stampin' Up stamps had the florals with the bottom and the top. I'm just doing that. I did put the truck down there at the bottom because, as you're going to see when you see the pictures, there are trucks coming by, kind of army trucks. And I thought it would be really cool. So that is what I'm doing for the major floral stamp part of this layout. So I'm stamping the second layer on all of these, and I'm just kind of trying to make it everywhere. I know I've got a few pictures I'm going to put on, but I really want you to be able to see the poppies. I love how this turned out. Actually ended up loving the fact that my poppies were not all bright red. Some of them were redder than others, and it worked to my advantage. If you were really concerned and you didn't like this, you could have, after that first one, I should have just switched stamp. I have another red. I just was, to be honest, being a little bit lazy. So I do have the pictures that I printed out. I printed smaller pictures. One of the things about doing this is that a lot of times I end up either just doing one photo because the page size isn't that big, or I take the pictures and I put them smaller so that I can get more on here. I am cleaning my stamps off with my chamois and kind of trying to put all those back where they go. I've been really making an effort to use more stamps. That's one of the reasons why I joined the Stamp It's Like It's Hot hop, and I have been enjoying that process. This weekly journaling that I've been doing is something that I started in 2019, I think. And it's kind of been fun. It's just a way to have a snippet of each week and have something to remember. And when you go back and look at it, it's not overwhelming. It's not like hundreds and hundreds of pages of scrapbooks. And a lot of times it's just one or two photos of the week. If you're looking for an interesting way to kind of just keep your memories, I highly recommend just kind of taking a smaller 6 by 8. I did it even in a traveler's notebook one year, and that was kind of cool too, because then I had to really condense what I was doing into that, 3 by 8 size. But here you're seeing me. Here's that truck that I wanted to get in the picture, and then a couple of the flags, and a picture of me and the boys as we were out there enjoying the parade. So we have our little American flags. So it was a great parade. It was a lot of fun, and we highly enjoyed this time, kind of just standing outside and seeing the people walk with the flags. Hopefully, you're enjoying this and you're seeing a lot of different ways to use floral stamps today or this week. It doesn't have to be aggressive and it doesn't have to be the background, but I just thought this would be a cool way to do it. Another thing that would have been cool is if you have a floral stamp that has a die cut with it, you could stamp the florals and then cut them out and then actually layer them up. That would have been cool if I could have had layers of poppies. This particular stamp did not come with a die cut, so I didn't do that, but it would have worked out well. I'm just trying to layer up these pictures and put them in a way that kind of makes them more move across the page. And I like how I ended up with kind of the two bigger photos in one corner, one set of diagonal, and the two smaller photos with the flags in the other. The last thing I'm going to do is dig through some sticker sheets I have for 4th of July and put some word phrases on there and a few little embellishments. Now, I will say I accidentally turned off the camera before I used watercolor pencils to color the truck, but I did color the truck with watercolor pencils and then use a water brush to make it more of an army green. So you'll see in the final picture of the layout that I have done that. I also took my Nuvo drops and added little black seeds to the middle of each of the poppies that was not covered up. I did that off camera as well. So, as I'm going through and putting these last final touches on, I hope you've enjoyed this page, enjoyed just a little bit different of a layout for me, a smaller one, and I hope you enjoyed Memorial Day with your family. With that, I will see you next month. I will put some music on and you can finish the layout. Bye bye.